Hey, Picks and Parlay family, it's me, Detroit Lenny, here with another Power Hour here for you guys. Don't forget, as always, like, subscribe, ring that bell for notifications. We're here Monday through Friday, 3 p.m. Eastern. Here's what we got on the slate today for you. We are going to talk some Boston College, Wake Forest. We're going to talk Purdue, Wisconsin. We're going to talk West Virginia, Texas Tech. We're going to talk Ole Miss LSU. We're going to give you an NFL two-team parlay in the same game, a little same-game parlay action. We're going to talk Jets, Broncos, and we might even have some Monday Night Player props for you if you hit the like button. But before I do that, I want to tell you guys real quick about No House Advantage. They are a sponsor of us on Picks and Parlays here. No House Advantage, all the fantasy things you want and need to bet on, you can get at nohouseadvantage.com. Go to No House Advantage. They're changing the game, offering the most dynamic fantasy sports platform available today. All you got to do is sign up. Use the promo code PNP, P-A-N-D-P, at nohouseadvantage.com. Download the app stores everywhere. First deposit match, you'll get up to $50. That's all you got to do. It's that easy. Bang, boom, pow. Do it. Why haven't you done it already? Wait till after the show, then do it. All right. Right now, we're going to bring in my man, my Spartan party. Coming on. Let's go, MSU. We're in week 2 of not losing. That's what we're doing, Dan Kaiser. We are going to talk. Let's start off with an easier game. Boston College, Wake Forest. Wake Forest minus 20.5. Over-under is at 60. An even 6-0. Before you break down this game, I got to tell you also about the promo for the Power Hour. You text this number right here, 614-810-7522. You get 2 free expert picks weekly, probably one midweek later in the week, but that'll go to the end of time here. All you got to do is sign up, text your full name. That's important. Don't text Bob. You got to tell me Bob who. Okay, give me a name. Text that number. You'll get free picks. All right, Dan.
All right.
What are we looking here?
Well, first of all, I want to say I'm usually on here on earlier in the week with Hannah, and you know, you are just as sexy in your own way.
Thank you. I was gonna say I know I'm not the prettiest one at the dance,
but
I'm the one you got right now. Okay.
Exactly. All right. On this game, there is a reason for there's a reason books put these large spreads, and usually it's because one team is that damn good and the other one is a hot mess. Well, Boston College, you are that hot mess. I mean, this BC offense is pretty much a mirage. I mean, they can't run the ball, which means then they have to rely on their passing game, which isn't very good. And trying to throw against this Wake Forest secondary is not going to be good for them in the long run. I look at Wake Forest. You got Sam Hartman. They should have no problem putting up a ton of yards and points in this game. You know, if BC can try to do what Army did and take away the passing game, but all that does is open up the running game, and Wake Forest has no problem rushing the ball either. Wake Forest puts up 41.2 points a game, and their defense gives up around 25, but that is against good competition like Clemson. Boston College scores around 20 points a game, but they give up 29. You know, they say numbers can lie, but I don't think they lie in this case. You look at overall, Boston College is 0-4 in their last 4 games against the spread against teams with a winning record, and they're 1-7 against the spread in their last 8 games overall. I just don't see any way Boston College can keep up with this Wake Forest team. Wake Forest, they like to start quick, and they don't take the foot off the gas. I know it's a lot at 20.5, but I think Wake Forest wins this one by 3 touchdowns or more.
Yeah, I like the over in this matchup too. I think Wake Forest gets into the 40s here, and I think Boston College can throw up 20. You know, so I that's where I'm at with here. I don't like the big number, but the big number is the easy lay here. This is like, don't overanalyze this. This is one team that's really better than the other, and they're at home. You know what I mean? So I'm on you there. I'm with you there on that one. Guys, don't forget to like, subscribe, ring this bell for notification. Picks and Parlay Power Hours here Monday through Friday, 3 p.m. Eastern. All right, we got another college banger here. Some Big Ten action, Dan. Purdue Right up our alley. Purdue at Wisconsin. Wisconsin's slight favorite, -2.5. Over under 51.5. Guys, don't forget, text your full name to 614-810-7522. 2 free picks weekly. All you got to do is text your full name to that number. Do it after the show, immediately. Talk to me about this Big Ten matchup.
Well,
I'm intrigued.
Lenny. Well, Lenny, hey, Wisconsin lost last week to our Spartans. And right there, that should, to be honest, right there, that should just
that should tell you everything you need to know.
That should put them on automatic fade, as far as I'm concerned. But Purdue's playing really well right now, and basically they control their own destiny in the Big Ten West.
Yes.
The Badgers rely on basically on running the ball behind with Braylon Allen, but unfortunately, you can't carry the ball every down for Wisconsin. And outside of Allen, this rest of the offense is pretty much garbage. Purdue's lost to undefeated Syracuse, a game they probably should have won, and they lost to Penn State, both games by like 4 or 6 points. They have a dynamic offense, and they need it though because their defense isn't very good. They give up a ton of points. But looking at this Wisconsin team, Mertz has thrown as many interceptions as he has touchdowns. Mm-hmm. And again, let's not forget they just lost to the Spartans.
Right.
I'm looking for the Boilermakers, and who doesn't like a good Boilermaker now and then? To shake off
Friday. It's 5:00 somewhere.
To shake off the Purdue label at least for a week and get a win in this one. I think they win this one outright. So you might want to just take the money line and get a little extra value there.
I love it. I do like Purdue on the road, on the money line. That's probably my dog of the day in my pick so far. I mean, I got a few other ones, don't get me wrong, lined up because that's just what I do. But I do like this matchup. Wisconsin, they're moving. They seem like they're already moving to next year. Like they're just already trying to move on, especially after 2 overtime loss to Michigan State. And I have no false misconceptions about Michigan State right now. They're not a great team by any means. I mean, we're about to beat Michigan next week, but that's a whole different power hour. Shout out to Craig Trapp. If you're listening, me and Dan Kaiser need to do Michigan State next week. It just has to happen. There won't be no biased opinions whatsoever. Sparty party. Go green, go white. Like, subscribe, ring the bell for notifications. Pick some parlay power hours here. Monday through Friday, 3 p.m. Eastern, as always. Dan, let's get into some NFL. I love this game too much, in my opinion, and it is not pretty. Jets at Denver. It's a pick 'em at this point. I've seen it -1 either way, 1.5 here and there, but it's basically a pick 'em. Over under 38.5. Before you talk to me about this one, don't forget, guys, text your full name, 614-810-7522. You get 2 free picks a week. 2 free picks a week. Okay. Probably one midweek, probably one later in the week from different cappers. So you'll get 2 free picks a week. That's all you got to do. Text your name. Jets Broncos, Dan.
Yeah, we talked about this game a little bit off the air, and I pretty much agree with you on the side in this one. But that's probably going to go up as a play for this weekend. So I'm going to hold back on that. And I'm looking at the total in this one. I mean, you look at Denver, they've been playing some great defense right now. They're allowing just 16.5 points a game and 290 yards a game. Right. But they have to. I mean, has anybody seen this offense for the Broncos so far this year? I mean,
I haven't seen it showed up yet.
No, but when Russ was in Seattle, you always heard people in Seattle always saying, let Russ cook. Well, I tell you right now in Denver, if he keeps cooking this way, man, everybody's going to end up with food poisoning. I mean, he hasn't been playing well. Zach Wilson, I mean, since he's returned from his injury, he's been playing. He's played fine, but he hasn't thrown a touchdown pass in 2 weeks. But they haven't really asked him to. They've just been relying on a running game and just not putting pressure on Wilson on Zach in this one. Mm-hmm. Just realized it's a battle of the Wilsons.
Oh, Zach against Russ.
Yeah.
Who comes out on top in the Wilson Bowl? I like it.
But I look at both of these teams. Neither offense is really providing you any highlight reels for their offensive play. Both defenses have been really, really good and basically leading these teams. I think you may see the running backs run the ball a little bit more in this one against these, try to run a little bit more themselves against these defenses. But I've been reading a lot. People are expecting Russ just to return to Super Bowl Russ, any game now. But to be honest,
Right.
I think Dorothy had a better chance of getting back to Kansas, clicking her heels of her ruby slippers together, than Russ returning to Super Bowl form.
Yep, that's fair.
I'll be here all week.
Yeah, he's here all week, folks.
tip your waitress. But both teams rely on a running game because neither quarterback can be trusted to do much. So at 38.5, I've seen 39. I'd much rather have 39, but even at 38.5, I'd take 38.5. To be honest, I might buy the half a point just at 39.
Yeah. Shop your lines, folks.
Yeah, but yeah, I still like the under because I just don't see. I think it's going to be like a typical primetime Thursday night game outside of what yesterday. Just a nice boring. Turn on something else.
Yeah, you got to find something better here. But I like the Jets money line here. I like the under here as well. I like what this kid Breece Hall has done it for the Jets, running the ball. I really like him. I think Zach Wilson can manage you games. He's not going to lose you games, but you don't necessarily need him to go out there and win you a game either. He just needs to be not a turnover machine. And I like what the Jets are doing there. I like their head coach. Shout out Dearborn, Michigan native, Robert Saleh. So I like that guy. I kind of wanted the Lions to pick him up instead of Dan Campbell, but whatever. But yeah, I like the under here. I don't think either team gets to 20. So
Before we leave, I got one question. Do you wear something under that jersey?
Sometimes. Dan, you got to tune into my OnlyFans for that.
No. I just wonder if you get hives wearing a Hutchinson across the back.
That's a whole off-camera conversation. I had a problem getting this jersey. My wife bought this jersey for me, and I was like, "Do you know where he went to school?" And she was like, "He doesn't wear blue and yellow no more." So I don't know. It doesn't feel right. It doesn't fit right. Like it feels dirty, but it is what it is.
It is what it is. You still got to represent the D.
That's true. Always. Don't forget, guys, like, subscribe, ring that bell for notifications. Power Hours here Monday through Friday, 3 p.m. Eastern. Dan Kaiser, always a pleasure, buddy. I appreciate you stopping by. Take care, my man.
See ya.
Take care. All right, guys, with me up next, we are going to still talk about West Virginia, Texas Tech, and I got an NFL two-team parlay for you. Same game parlay, I should say. Same game parlay. Ole Miss, LSU, and some Monday Night Football props because I know you hit the like button, right? You did it. I know you did. So we're going to bring in Chip Chirimbus, man, the myth, the legend, straight out of Las Vegas, Nevada. Is that where you're at right now? Okay. How we doing, Chip?
Doing real well, thank you. Football's rolling along, and we got a big game Saturday with my we shall call it Don't Make Sense Game of the Month. We had one in September, was a big winner. You're aware of that. And looking for another one this Saturday.
I love it. Saturday afternoon, West Virginia at Texas Tech. Texas Tech -6. Over under 66. There's way too many sixes in there. I was a Catholic school born and raised, so this is freaking me out with this game. Before you guys get this play here from Chip, don't forget, text your full name here, 614-810-7522. 2 free expert picks weekly. You probably get one, like I said, midweek, later week, different cappers all the time. So definitely jump on that. It's free. Talk to me about this, the Devils game, as I like to call it. Too many sixes.
All right, Mountaineers at the Red Raiders. High total number on this one of 65.5. I think Texas Tech is a 6-point favorite in the game. But I'm looking to play the total for various reasons. A number of trends seem to align themselves with this. Having had West Virginia as a winner outright over Baylor last week on, I think it was a Thursday night or maybe even a Friday. I really see that. I like the way I approach this game because West Virginia has played under 8 of the last 10 times after a straight up win. So if you go to the Texas Tech side, last week they gave up 40 points. And after giving up 40 points, which they did, they come back the following week and go 6-1 to the under. I think both these teams are supposed to play to the under. The total at 65 is probably right because they're high scoring teams. And like I said, they scored 43 last week, did West Virginia, and Texas Tech allowed over 40. So the instinct should be to go over. So I'll play it under. I think West Virginia, Texas Tech play a low scoring game.
I do think this is just a dogfight here between these two. And I don't know if either team gets in the 30s. So I'm really liking the under 66. It's going to be real close as far as that goes. Chip, I love the under 66 now. So
we'll see.
Good. Yeah, we'll see. That's why they pay us the big bucks, right? Don't forget, guys, like, subscribe, ring the bell for notifications. Picks and Parlay Power Hours here Monday through Friday, 3 p.m. Eastern. All right, Chip's got an NFL same-game parlay for you guys, and it's in Browns at the Ravens. Ravens minus 6.5, over under 45.5. Before he breaks down this game, don't forget, text your full name, 614-810-7522. 2 free expert picks weekly for you guys. All right, Chip, break us down.
Well, you have the Browns and the Ravens, and there's not quite the same luster on this game there has been in recent seasons. Jacoby Brissett, by the way, for the 2-4 Cleveland Browns, called a team meeting after throwing a number of interceptions last week's loss. They got absolutely destroyed, 38-15 at home by New England. But this team, the Cleveland Browns, are 4-1 after double-digit losses. Last year, they happened to beat Baltimore 24-22. And Baltimore is the worst 3-3. It feels like the worst 3-3 in NFL history. They've blown leads of 17, 21, and 10 in the games that they've lost. Jackson really disappointing in some of these games. 13 touchdown passes, not all that bad, but 6 INTs, and they've come at crucial times, Lenny. And so Baltimore, to me, is struggling. 6.5 to give to the Browns. I understand why. The Browns are, say, rudderless without their quarterback. But Jacoby Brissett has called the team meeting. He's called upon himself to be the team leader. And I think that kind of helps. Browns 5-2 against the number on the road against the Ravens. And the under is 6-2 in their last 8 meetings when they're playing in Baltimore. Combine this with the fact that the Ravens 11-29 in the months of October. That's in the last 40 games. They've only covered 11 times in the month of October. That was boggling to me. So I think that if you combine all these numbers and you're looking to play a parlay with the same team in the same game parlay like we're working on right now, I take the dog with Cleveland, and of course I play the under. So this is the way people play parlays, and it isn't normally the way I would go. But I think Cleveland's going to try and keep the ball on the ground. Brissett's going to try and cut down on his turnovers. We know the Ravens have one of the best running games in football as long as Jackson's running the ball. But otherwise, I can see it be a ground control, time-consuming game, so it stays under. And I can see the Browns giving the Ravens all they can handle here. Cleveland's still scrambling, waiting for Watson to come back. And that's the crazy thing about Brissett taking over like this, is that in a matter of weeks or in a month or whatever, he's not going to be the leader there anymore. So we'll see how it plays out. But as far as this game's concerned, I'm not a parlay man, you know that, but I would play the Browns and the under.
I'll tell you what, if you leaned over, you kind of have to go Ravens. If this game goes over, it's a Ravens covering. I like the Browns in this matchup, so it automatically points me to the under as well, like you were saying. And to your point, Jacoby Brissett, he had a bad game, I think, against a very good New England defense last week. He had a bad game, and hats off to him stepping up as a leader right now until Deshaun Watson is in that quarterback role. This Cleveland team can run the ball too, and Lamar and Baltimore can run the ball. It plays towards the under. I love this parlay. I know you're not a parlay guy. No. I kind of like my same team parlay stuff, and I really, really like this game. Probably too much.
We hit last week's parlay. We had Duke. We had Duke and I think Kentucky, and they were outright. Well, Kentucky won outright, and Duke, of course, got in under the number against North Carolina. So maybe we'll have the same kind of fortune this week.
Hey, Knock on wood. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, I do.
Keep going. Guys, don't forget, like, subscribe, ring that bell for notification. Parlay, Picks and Parlays Power Hour is here Monday through Friday, 3 p.m. Eastern. Chip, man, I appreciate you coming by. As always, it's always a pleasure, my friend. Take care.
I thank you.
All right, let's go. We got one more up, and it's, of course, you know, he pays the bills, so we got it. He comes on when he wants. I don't know what to tell you here. Craig Trapp's in the house. Ole Miss at LSU. LSU -2. This over-under's moved all around. I've seen 68, 65-ish, whatever. I mean, it's all around, guys. Don't forget, text your full name. I got to bring this up again. 614-810-7522. You text your full name. Don't be texting, I'm Bob. Text who, Bob who, okay? Because we got 1,000 Bobs. Text your full name, 2 free picks weekly from multiple handicappers. You'll get 2, okay? And it's all the time. It's forever. Craig Trapp, just giving stuff away. It's Christmas in October. What's up, my man?
Yeah, I mean, this SEC matchup is, I mean, not often do we see an undefeated team. Uh-oh, I got a sneeze coming on. What does that mean when you got a sneeze coming on? Someone's thinking of you or something? I don't know. Anyway, we not often you see an undefeated team like Ole Miss as an underdog. And I know road in the SEC is very tough place. And I don't care what the records are. When you go on the road in the SEC, it is extremely hard. But this LSU team is just – they won at Florida last week, so I think a lot of people give them a lot of credit. It's like, do we not remember the week before when Tennessee did whatever they wanted? And that's not a great Tennessee defense. And they couldn't score on Tennessee defense. Do you not remember when they, you know, I don't think that Florida State team's very good, lost early in the year. I mean, to me, I think they're just getting way too much credit here. And this is a public underdog, though. So that's a little worrisome. That usually doesn't end well. Ole Miss being undefeated is what would you call a public underdog. But I still think you take Ole Miss money line or +2. I just think Ole Miss is the better team. I mean, they're better offensively for sure.
I agree.
That is like, without a doubt, you know, like this offense is built to score points. But the defense is much better. I mean, if they should have lost that Kentucky game, but that defense stepped up, got 2 late turnovers, and won that game. That Kentucky team is really good. I know that was a home for Ole Miss. I still think at Death Valley, I still think they get it done. I'm going to take an Ole Miss. I know it's a public favorite. Don't have to tell us that, but I'm on it anyway.
Well, the public can't be wrong all the time. I argue with Nick and Tim Earl all the time about this. When they say, "Oh, you're playing that's a public play." Well, they're not wrong all the time. Otherwise,
no.
You know, so I like this. I like this Ole Miss play. I don't. I think they're the better team and they get it done.
I also think the over is not a bad play in this one. I mean,
Ole Miss kind of love the over.
I mean, Ole Miss just scores. So he's and you know, Brian Kelly, he likes to throw the ball around, so that always is a positive too.
That's fair. Guys, don't forget, like, subscribe, ring the bell for notifications. Power Hours here Monday through Friday, 3 p.m. Eastern, as always. All right, we got a little Monday Night Football prop action for you. Prop. Yep, we're Bears Patriots. Man, I don't know about this game. Bears at the Patriots. Don't forget, guys, I got to remind you, text your full name, 614-810-7522. 2 free expert picks weekly. Get after that. It's free. It's free. Do fade or follow at your own risk. Free picks, though. I don't know what to tell you. All right, talk to me about this. I'm just going to pull these up, and you can kind of go through them as you go, because I don't.
I mean, who is picking the Monday Night Football and Thursday Night Football games this year? I mean, seriously. Like, the Bears deserve another primetime game. Let's remember, they've already played a primetime game already this year.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody knew Justin Fields was going to get hammered all year long. He was going to be running for his life. We've seen more of the same. I mean, after watching the Green Bay, when they got destroyed at Green Bay earlier this year, I was like, all right, I've seen enough of – not saying I don't want to watch him on Sundays, but I don't want to watch him in the standalone games. I think there's a couple – I'm fading all the Justin Field props. I like the over a half reception. I think he definitely throws an interception. I mean – and it's not always his fault. He is just running for his life at times, and then he doesn't have a whole lot of weapons. Those guys seem like they drop more than they catch at times. So I also think the under passing yards. Let's remember, Lenny, you know, your Lions went 2, and they were rolling. When the Lions offense went to New England, it was like that was the hottest offense in the league, and they didn't score a point. And the reason why this Patriots team can really bring the pressure at quarterback. I think they're going to have to run the ball and to have any effect for the Bears. So I like the under passing yards for Justin Fields. And then this Patriots team can run the ball. Like, I mean, really run the ball. Right now, we don't see the yards out for Stevenson yet.
Right.
I expect it to be into that 60 to 75 range, no matter what. I think he gets 100 yards this week.
I
just think they're going to grind this out. And that's the way Bill Belichick wants to win with this team this year, is run the ball, play action pass a couple times, just keep you honest. And I like the over rushing yards for Stevenson. Like I said, I think he gets 100 plus this week. So those are the props I'm playing. But, I mean, if you're playing a side in this game, it's like hold your breath because this one is going to be ugly.
Yeah, I will say this. I agree to your point. Belichick, he's going for his win totals and all that. I don't think he really cares about that.
No.
But he is the epitome of old school football. And he will do whatever. If he needs to be a passing team, he will be a passing team. If he needs to be a running team, he will be a running team. He adapts probably better than any coach in football right now. And this team is built to run the ball, keep the ball out of Mac Jones's arm.
Well, I don't think they, I think Zappy's
or Zappy. Yeah, either way, I'd be honest with you. I like Zappy better. But
I think he'll get the start, to be honest.
Yeah.
But either way,
I think they just want to run the ball, run the ball, keep Justin Fields off the field. Not that they're scared of that offense at all, but control the clock. Probably looking at an under.
They like to play between. I always say the Patriots love to play between the 20s. Like,
yes.
They allow you to move the ball in the 20s. They shut you down in the red zone.
Don't break.
And they don't mind kicking field goals because they feel like if it's a field goal game, field position game, they're going to win. They're the better coach team almost always. And Bill Belichick breaks the record by getting what he would love to do, which he would rather run the ball and play defense. That's what he's known for, defense.
Yeah.
And I think that's the type of game. So we're playing all the Justin Field props under pretty much in the over rushing yards for Stevenson for Monday Night Football.
I like it, guys. Don't forget, like, subscribe, ring the bell for notifications. Power Hour is brought to you here Monday through Friday, 3 p.m. Eastern on the Picks and Parlays channels. All social medias. Don't forget to like, subscribe, ring that bell for notifications. Craig Trapp, it's always a pleasure. We will see you next time on the Power Hour. Take care, guys.